When Judge Greg Matthysse tried to corner Denzel Washington, everyone thought they knew how it would end. But in a single moment, Denzel flipped the entire courtroom on its head, leaving the judge, the jury, and the world speechless. The courtroom was packed, every seat filled with spectators, reporters, and legal experts eager to witness what had been billed as the turning point of a high-profile case. The air was heavy with anticipation. Every camera trained on the defendant. Denzel Washington, across from him, presiding over the bench, was Judge Greg Matthysse, a man whose reputation for cornering even the most prepared witnesses was legendary. Matthysse wasn't known for theatrics. He was known for precision, for dismantling testimonies piece by piece until there was nothing left. Today, everyone expected Denzel to be his latest conquest. As the proceedings began, the judge's voice sliced through the murmurs. "Mr. Washington," Matthysse said, leaning forward, "you stand before this court accused of actions that have raised serious questions. Do you deny any wrongdoing in this matter?" Denzel remained composed, his posture upright, his gaze steady. "Your Honor," he replied calmly, "I deny the narrative that's been built around me." "There's a difference." The statement caught the room off guard. A ripple of whispers swept through the gallery. The judge arched an eyebrow. "Then perhaps you'd like to enlighten the court as to where this so-called narrative goes wrong," Matthysse challenged. For a brief moment, silence reigned. Then Denzel rose to his feet. His movements were deliberate, commanding attention not with volume but with presence. "Your Honor, for weeks, I've sat here listening to a story about who I am and what I did," Denzel began, his voice steady and measured. "A story told by people who never had the full picture. And you've been told I have something to hide. But the truth is, the ones pointing the fingers are the ones who don't want the truth to come out." Matthysse interjected, "Mr. Washington, the facts presented in this case are incomplete," Denzel cut in, his voice firm yet controlled. "You've been given fragments, pieces of a puzzle designed to lead you to one conclusion. But when you see the whole picture, you'll realize the foundation of this case is built on sand." The tension in the room spiked. Reporters scribbled frantically, cameras clicked, and all eyes shifted between the judge and Denzel. "Explain." "Yourself," Matthysse demanded, his tone sharp. Denzel reached into a folder on the table beside him, pulling out a series of documents. "These are records the prosecution conveniently omitted," he said, handing them to the bailiff who delivered them to the bench. "Emails, timelines, and evidence showing the decisions I made were not only justified, but necessary. Every choice I took was in response to information others in this courtroom were of but chose to ignore." As Matthysse scanned the documents, his stern expression faltered, replaced by something rare, uncertainty. "You're suggesting," the judge said slowly, "that this entire case has been built on selective evidence?" "I'm saying," Denzel replied, "that the narrative was designed to make me the villain because the real story implicates people with far more to lose." The gallery gasped audibly. Denzel continued, "Your Honor, you wanted the truth. Here it is. While this court has been trying to corner me, I've been holding back because the real danger lies in what comes out next. But I can't stand by and let my name be dragged through the mud when the truth is sitting in plain sight." He then revealed details of concealed communications and discrepancies that unraveled the prosecution's timeline. One by one, the pillars of the case began to crumble. Witness statements contradicted, motives exposed, and evidence previously dismissed now took center stage. The energy in the courtroom shifted. Reporters exchanged wide-eyed glances, realizing they were witnessing a narrative collapse in real time. Even Judge Matthysse, known for his unshakable demeanor, sat back in his chair, processing what he had just read. "Mr. Washington," the judge finally said, his tone quieter, "this changes things significantly." Denzel returned to his seat, his expression calm yet resolute. "The truth doesn't need defending, Your Honor," he said. "It only needs the chance to be heard." A heavy silence filled the room, broken only by the sound of cameras clicking. In that moment, the narrative shifted entirely. Denzel was no longer the man under scrutiny. He was the man who had exposed the flaws in the entire case. When the hearing concluded, Judge Matthysse addressed the courtroom. It appears we must reevaluate the evidence presented. I owe Mr. Washington and the public a thorough reassessment of the facts. This court stands corrected. Outside, reporters swarmed Denzel, their questions overlapping in a chaotic frenzy. He offered only one line before being whisked away. Sometimes the truth has to fight its way through the noise, but it always wins. By evening, footage of the dramatic reversal had gone viral, drawing millions of views. Headlines screamed, "Denzel Washington turns the tables, judge left speechless." Social media erupted with praise, and legal analysts dissected the moment frame by frame. Judge Greg Matthysse had tried to corner Denzel Washington. Instead, Denzel flipped the entire courtroom, leaving behind a story that would be remembered for years, a story where truth and composure overcame doubt and pressure.